Good afternoon, hello. My name is Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Today's video is not about me, it is about those two people behind me. On the physio bed there is my friend James Saxby, who you might know. He's the guy that's training to try and break the Guinness World Record for the longest triathlon. We're today at UK Bike Fit for a bike fit. James has had a bike partner with him for this event. We've also had the support of UK Bike Fit. So Jen from UK Bike Fit is behind me. We're going to meet her very shortly. We're going through a bike fit for James for comfort more than outright performance, just to make sure that nothing's going to flare up during his time cycling a very long way. So hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, please do consider supporting the Just Giving link in the description down below. The whole reason we're doing this Guinness World Record attempt is to raise money for AYUP, which is our local charity tours that funds youth activities in the town of Arfton. So it makes a big difference. And UK Bike Fit have kindly offered their services and made a donation to the charity, which is very gratefully received. So rather than me try and describe what's happening behind me, I'm going to go and talk to Jen and see what's going off.
Hi, I'm Jen from UK Bike Fit. I've recently started working here with Dan. I have a background of being an elite and professional triathlete for the last 6 or 8 years and have been a physiotherapist for 11 years. We're here fitting James today for his triathlon world record attempt, which is really exciting to be a part of. We're focusing primarily on comfort over like aero and position, just due to how long he'll be riding his bike for, but it's especially exciting for me because I've got a background in triathlon, so it's going to be really great to work with him towards something. So when we start the fit, we just go through a chat to begin with to get to know you and what you're here for and a little bit about your background, and then we just go through an assessment on the bed, so just looking at your flexibility and mobility so we can make sure that we make the bike optimal for you as a person and what you're looking for. Pretty good actually, he's got quite tight hamstrings, which most cyclists / runners have, so it's nothing to worry about, but yeah, you can see that you're doing your S&C, so well done.
I think that my legs are stretched out more on them.
Right, okay.
It might just be in my head, I don't, you know.
What do you mean by your legs more stretched out? Oh God, this is very stuck in.
I don't really know what I mean. I don't know if that makes them deeper or shallower.
If you just find like a cadence and a power that's comfy for you.
So this is my Cervelo S3. I've had it about 8 years. Love this bike, dead comfy. It's probably going to be the backup bike for the event. We've got another bike that you've not seen yet, I don't think. We're going to see it today, so Jen's just going to fit me on this, see if there's any tweaks we can make to ensure I'm a bit more comfortable on the day because we've been riding for a long time. Then after that, we'll just transfer all the measurements over to the other bike so that they're both exactly the same for the day.
Your bike actually looks really good. I'm not surprised it's really comfy.
Thank you. I've been accused of riding a clown bike in the past.
What, how is it a clown bike? Because it's red?
Just because of how high I have the saddle, the seat post.
Oh, okay.
In relation to the handlebars being slammed.
Oh, I mean, you're just a cool aero racer, aren't you?
So is that not optimum?
Well, you see this little section here? This bit is not optimal now.
I thought that was just for walking on. Brutal James, if you like. He was going to do it to raise money for this charity that he's set up. Unfortunately, he's been unable to commit to the training because his dad wasn't very well.
Oh, okay.
So earlier this year, he rang me and said, you know, would you consider doing it? So I had a bit of time to think about it, and then, yeah, why not? He's quite a persuasive guy.
Earlier this year, like how long ago?
I don't know, 5, 6 months, something like that.
Oh, all right. And how is training going?
Really well. I mean, you know, obviously as you get closer to the event, you always think you've not done enough. And
I mean, for something like this, you can always have done more, can't you? Like,
well,
there's never like enough.
Yeah, I mean, I've remained injury free. I've got.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
to have consistent training. Ooh.
Just about all the key sessions I wanted to get done, like the big days out. Part of doing something like this is understanding early on that it is all going to be a compromise.
Yeah.
So we're never going to be able to do enough swimming, cycling or running, but you've kind of got to just manage the three, as you know.
Foot will move inside your shoe.
Okay.
So if you've got equal amount of float on both sides, then your foot can choose where it wants to be.
Right.
So you can go in like your body's natural position of where you want to pedal. Whereas if you've got loads of float one side and nothing that side, and your foot wants to go that side, it can't. And that's when you start like putting extra force through your knees, your hips and things.
So would you manage that with how you put the cleat on the shirt?
Yeah, so we rotate it slightly.
Right.
So you had like not very much rotation one way and loads the other way. So now you've got an equal amount.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Sound good?
Yeah.
So they're in the right place. So when we're done, I'll measure them and then I'll just put your other ones in the same position.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Yep.
So if you want to start pedaling again for me. Yeah, it should still move. You just You've never taken this bike abroad and put it in a bike bag?
No, I wouldn't take this one abroad. I don't want to scratch it.
Lower than that.
Oh, I have had it. Look, it's got paste on it.
They put paste on it when you start.
I've never had it fully out, I'll admit to that. Right, where do you want it?
Well, just back in would be great.
I knew I'd get abused for bringing this bike here today.
Yeah, no. Go on. You're still not even at the plaster. Okay, right, stop there.
Okay.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
And because your hamstrings are quite tight, you would be at the lower end of where to have your saddle height rather than the top end.
Right.
Because your hammies are so tight.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're pedaling with a toe down, using more of your calf muscles, which are essentially fairly useless when you're cycling because they're such a small muscle, you want to be using like your quads and your glutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you've done, will that make it more efficient?
More efficient and in the long term actually more comfortable. You've probably just got used to riding like this because you've had this bike for such a long time. But yes, you'll be much more efficient. So your foot at the bottom of the pedal straight now is almost flat rather than being really, really toe down.
Right, because it felt like I was riding a kid's bike.
Yeah, it will do. Because you've had this bike for a really long time.
Yeah.
So your body has got used to this position. So your muscle memory is that was like the perfect fit. So anything that we change today will feel strange to start with.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that you're riding this bike so much that you will get used to it fairly quickly.
Right, okay.
But it will take a bit of time to get used to.
And with the event being in 5 weeks' time, is that a risk or?
Not really, because we've not changed anything that's going to like increase the risk of injury. If anything, we've changed something so that you're more efficient on the bike.
Right.
It will just feel strange because your body has got used to what the other position is. So that's like your brain's normal. Your brain and your body is super adaptable, so it'll get used to this new position really quick. It'll just feel strange for a bit to start with.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So you're like, can you see that you're quite toe down?
Yeah.
And you can see like your calves working there.
Right.
And then since we've moved it, sorry, it's in slow-mo, so it's going to take a while. That's the bottom of your pedal stroke.
Right.
So you've got a much flatter foot and you're not using your calf as much to pull back up.
Okay.
And if you were to look at that, like you probably feel like you've got a really, really bent knee at the bottom, but you can see, like you can see from there, your knee's not that bent at all, and you wouldn't have a little bend in your knee.
Yeah. It feels fine now, to be fair.
Okay, so the first part of the fit is done and dusted. Now I have done a separate video all about the spec of this bike, but a big shout out to REAP, NRG Chains and Easy Gains for providing the bike, the drivetrain for bits for the bike and the aero accessories for the bike. Without them, this wouldn't be happening. So look forward to getting James on this. Jen's just going to talk us through what tweaks we've made to James's position. It's now been transferred over to here. And it's new bike day, James.
Dan, you stood right in front of the camera, so I can't see anything. How's it feel?
It feels like the saddle's pointing up in the air.
Okay. So with James's Cervelo, we've just put the saddle down and back slightly. We did a pressure map to make sure that the saddle was comfortable for him, and then we've just angled the shifters in slightly just to make them a bit more comfortable on his wrists, and also brought his extension aero bars back a little bit to make the angle between his shoulder, elbows and forearms more comfortable. We've taken all the measurements for that, and I'm now just setting this bike up so it's exactly the same as that.
So yeah, this is the bike that Reap have sent me to use for the record. My Cervelo will be as a backup, which we know fits me really well. It's nice and comfortable. But yeah, it'd be great to be riding brand new bike, everything new, brand new drivetrain, some real fancy bits and bobs provided by a couple of our partners. So yeah, it looks great, it feels great. I'm really looking forward to riding it.
So we've finished both bike fits. I've transferred all the measurements over from the Cervelo onto the Reap, so it's set up pretty much identically to James's other backup bike.
Yeah, done a bit of riding on it, feels great. Like Jen says, it's near enough identical anyway, so just a few minor tweaks. Looking forward to riding it on the road now and putting some miles on it ahead of the record attempt. Not many weeks to go now until we actually take on the record. The Just Giving page is live. There's lots of people already donated, which is really encouraging for me, getting up and doing all the training. So the link's down below. If you've got any spare, please just throw it on there. It'd be really great for Alfreton and the charity we're raising money for.